1. Qualified Adventure Essential Record holders will get a $250 Capital One Travel credit to use toward buys made through Capital One Travel. Credits will terminate 1 year after account opening. The credit will be accessible inside Capital One Travel, and can be applied to buys at checkout. The credit might be utilized in entire for a solitary buy or to a limited extent over numerous buys. Prizes won't be procured on the credit. Assuming that the buy utilizing the credit is dropped before credit expiry, the credit will be re-established. A lapsed credit won't be re-established upon wiping out of a buy by the client. An Endeavor Card account should be open and on favorable terms to get or utilize the credit. Upon endorsement, qualified Adventure Essential Record holders procure 75,000 extra miles subsequent to burning through $4,000 on buys inside the initial 3 months of record opening. This one-time reward is accessible by choosing the proposal on this page, and may not be accessible assuming you explore away from or close this page. Existing or past card members are not qualified for this item on the off chance that they have gotten a new card member reward for this item in the beyond 4 years. 2. Recovery rates for these choices might shift and are likely to change. When moved, the expiry and worth of moved rewards are dependent upon the agreements of the Getting Devotion program. When moves are conclusive, the Getting Dependability program's terms apply. See Taking an Interest Travel Unwaveringness programs. Proclamation credits bring down your record balance, yet can't be utilized to meet any base installment commitments. 3. INS, Way of Life Assortment Lodging Experience credit will be applied at checkout by into qualifying energizers to $50 or the neighborhood cash same. Qualifying charges change by area, are dependent upon accessibility, and should be charged to your room during your qualified stay. Contact the IN straightforwardly to affirm qualifying encounters. Bookings ahead of time suggested for specific encounters. Notwithstanding the $50 experience credit, different advantages accessible to qualified cardholders for Way of Life Assortment lodging appointments incorporate free Wi-Fi, and, when accessible, room overhauls, early registration and late checkout. Benefits applied per room, per stay. In agreement supply, a base number of evenings might be expected by the lodging for booking. Getaway rentals, Way of Life Assortment excursion rental experience credit will be applied at season of booking the experience by the host supplier to qualifying experience energizes to $50 or the nearby cash same. Encounters should be reserved with a Capital One Visa. Qualifying experience credit choices fluctuate by area, and are dependent upon accessibility. Contact the host supplier straightforwardly to affirm qualifying encounters. For specific properties, the experience credit will be given as a gift voucher. Early bookings suggested for specific encounters. Notwithstanding the $50 experience credit, different advantages accessible to qualified cardholders for Way of Life Assortment excursion rental appointments include free Wi-Fi, and, when accessible, early registration and late checkout. Benefits applied per stay. Consecutive appointments of a similar property inside a 24-hour time span will be viewed as one reservation and are not qualified for twofold advantages. Have supplier agreements apply. A base number of evenings might be expected by the host for booking. Both lodging and getaway rentals, Way of Life Assortment booking should be made through Capital One Travel in the qualified cardholder's name, with the cardholder as an individual from party voyaging, to meet all requirements for benefits. Benefits can't be reclaimed for cash or joined with different offers except if determined. Taking an interest properties and advantages are dependent upon future developments. Offer substantial for client utilize just accept if generally allowed. We might preclude any cardholder from cooperation, and advantages at our only circumspection. Extra terms apply. See travel.capitaloan.com/terms of administration for subtleties. 4. 15% investment funds addresses the typical reserve funds in view of value expectation and booking proposal for flights. Reserve funds might differ. Administrations, for example, cost freeze, change a trip after you book, cost expectation, cost watch, cost drop insurance, and cost match insure are likely to agreements. The accessibility of these administrations fluctuates by record, and they may not be accessible on all appointments. Extra charges might apply. See https://travel.capitaloan.com/terms of administration/ for subtleties. 5. To get an assertion credit up to $100, you should utilize your Endeavor card to either finish the worldwide passage application and pay the application expense, or complete the TSA pre-check application and pay the application charge. Credit will show up inside 2 charging cycles, and will apply to whichever program is applied for first. 1 explanation credit for each record like clockwork, and your record should be open and on favorable terms when the credit is applied. Expenses charged to a VentureX card are not qualified. Allude to the application or record expressions for extra subtleties. 6. Qualified cardholders should select through the One-of-a-Kind Advantages tab Connect found inside the Capital One site or Versatile application subsequent to signing in. Cardholders can track down the connection to Enlist by visiting their Qualified Cards Prizes tab or Capital One Travel Advantages tab and by tapping on the Hertz Benefit tile. After doing as such, another page will open. There, at VentureX cardholders will actually want to enlist straightforwardly in or demand a move up to Hertz Presidents Circle status, and Adventure cardholders will actually want to select straightforwardly in or demand a move up to Hertz 5-star status. Approved clients are qualified for the advantage. The essential record holder can select them into the Hertz Gold in addition to prizes program through a similar cycle portrayed previously. After fruitful enlistment, Hertz will handle the solicitation and status will be compelling 24 to 72 hours after enrollment. Kindly note, enlisting through the typical Hertz Gold in addition to prizes enlistment process, for example selecting straightforwardly at hertz.com, won't naturally identify a cardholder as being qualified for the program and cardholders won't be consequently moved up to the pertinent status level. Cardholders should go through the above interaction to be effectively selected. Upon enlistment, qualified cardholders will stay at that status level through December 31, 2024, so, all in all they will be returned to the level equivalent with Hertz standard utilization strategies. 7. To utilize Capital One feasting, you should be a Capital One cardholder with a qualified prizes procuring MasterCard, on favorable terms, something like 18 years of age, either an essential record holder, account director or approved client for a qualified buyer visa, or an essential record holder, account supervisor or approved client for a qualified private company visa. Online record required, extra terms apply. For more data, kindly see Capital One Feasting's Terms of Purpose. 8. Through the 31st of December 2025, qualified Adventure cardholders will acquire 5 miles for every dollar spent on Capital One amusement buys. Qualifying buys incorporate tickets bought on the Capital One diversion tagging stage just paid for with a qualified card. Tickets bought through the Capital One cardholder selected pre-deals page, www.capitaloan.com/pre-deals, tickets bought straightforwardly through the Capital One corridor or Capital One field tagging administrations, and eating reservations or buys through Capital One feasting are avoided. Your record should be open and on favorable terms to acquire endlessly compensates procured will post to your record inside 1 to 2 charging cycles. Rewards acquired will be recovered assuming you drop or return a qualified buy, and the deal is substantial for customer, non-business utilize as it were. Rewards are dependent upon the agreements unveiled when you opened your record and any ensuing changes. To utilize the Capital One diversion tagging stage, you should be a Capital One cardholder with a qualified prizes procuring MasterCard, on favorable terms, something like 18 years of age, and either an essential record holder or a record supervisor for a qualified buyer visa, or an essential record holder for a qualified independent company visa. Online record required, extra terms apply. For more data, if it's not too much trouble, see Capital One Amusements Terms of Purpose. 9. The genuine number of miles you acquire will rely upon your credit breaking point and by action. 10. Some cardholder benefits are simply accessible to the essential cardholder and not approved clients. 11. A portion of the above benefits are given by Visa or MasterCard and may shift by item. See your individual manual for advantages for subtleties, as terms and prohibitions apply. 12. Bistros don't offer similar types of assistance as bank offices, however all bistros have ATMs and representatives who can help you. Visit a bistro for subtleties. Food and refreshments given by an outsider supplier. The half-off carefully assembled drink rebate is relevant with the utilization of any Capital One MasterCard, Charge Card, or co-marked card that shows the Visa or MasterCard logo. Restrict one for every individual, if material, while provisions last. 13. Eno pays special attention to liberate preliminaries from select dealers. Restrictions apply? Eno is realizing constantly and may not discover everything, including a few free preliminaries, memberships, restorations, repeating charges, and spending movement. Administration blackouts might happen. Capital One clients are answerable for routinely looking at their record articulations. Surveys are presented by Capital One clients. A few item evaluations and surveys might be gotten from clients utilizing earlier arrivals of the item shown previously. Push, email, and SMS warnings should be empowered to be gotten. Messaging with Eno implies you consent to talk about your record over SMS and get repeating messages. Message and information rates might apply. For terms and protection data, click here. Web access is expected to bank on the web or in the portable application. Eno isn't a channel for questions or blunders. If there should be an occurrence of mistakes or inquiries concerning your electronic asset moves or bill installments, call us at 1-888-464-0727 or keep in touch with Capital One, P.O. Box 30285, Salt Lake City, Utah 84130-0285. Some or all Eno highlights may not be accessible to all Capital One clients, contingent upon the sorts of records held. We are continually attempting to grow Eno abilities to a greater amount of our clients. Certain ledgers and visas may not be qualified to get all or a portion of Eno's email, text, and application notices or visit with Eno. Virtual card numbers from Eno are not accessible for charge cards and some MasterCards. The Eno program augmentation for virtual card numbers is just accessible in specific internet browsers, and enlistment is required. A few clients won't be qualified to get to a virtual card. Assuming you are qualified, you should check your personality prior to getting to your virtual card. Now and again, you cannot get to your virtual card until around 30 days after account opening, and you might not approach your full credit line until your actual card is initiated. Web access is expected to deal with your virtual card number on the web or in the versatile application. Virtual cards may not be acknowledged by all stores. 14. CreditWise is a free device accessible to every individual who is qualified, whether you have a Capital One MasterCard. The score gave in the CreditWise apparatus is determined utilizing the TransUnion Vantage Score 3.0 model, which is one of many scoring models. Your CreditWise score is a decent proportion of your general credit well-being, however it isn't probably going to be a similar score utilized by loan bosses. The accessibility of the CreditWise device relies upon our capacity to get your record of loan repayment from TransUnion. Some checking and cautions may not be accessible to you in the event that the data you enter at enlistment doesn't match the data in your credit record or you don't have a document At least one customer detailing offices. 15. $0 extortion obligation claims are dependent upon examination and check.